Welcome back to the Longview Farming YouTube channel. Back out here today getting some strip tilling done. Before we get this video started, if you can do me a huge favor, hit that like button. It's going to be that thumbs up button down there, and the subscribe button. If you don't know how to subscribe, it's simple. Make you a Google account. It's 100% free. Plus it helps me out, because then it gives me motivation to make cool videos like this. So, and everybody wins. But yeah, if you can do that, that would be fantastic. Planting. It is now Thursday, and we are getting close to the end of getting our corn crop planted. It's been a good ride, but what I want to talk about is the different types of tillage. Because some people have asked me about strip tillage, why we do it. So I want to basically talk about what we do and how other farms, what they benefit from different types of tillage. So the first type of tillage I'm going to talk about is, of course, strip tillage. This is what we do because we have, being so close to the coast, we have, some of our fields are like beach sand. Some of them we have decent ground. So, and in a field around here, you can go pull a street. There's some fields you're gonna have almost 5 different soil types in that one street. So basically why we do strip tillage is you have, I'm gonna put a diagram up. You have what you call the hard pan that's underneath the, probably about 10 inches down or so. And what I'm doing is I'm ripping down about 12 to 14 inches, and I'm going down and I'm chasing that hard pan, because the hard pan is basically a clay soil layer, like you learned in, I think it was like 3rd grade, about the different soil types. I'm going down to that subsoil and I'm basically poking into that clay. That way this summer, or when that taproot is just going down, 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 it's going to find that moisture. If it's lacking moisture, and that's where it's going to uptake all its nutrients, all its moisture, and you try to grow a good crop. Strip tillage, we've planted corn without using strip tillage, and it's you can definitely tell that this pays, especially corn and cotton. Soybeans, we don't really do any strip tillage on it, but what I'd like to do in the future is I want to get I think Umber Firth calls it a zone builder. It's basically a series of, it's almost set up like the strip till, but it has a bunch of ripper shanks that are I think there's about 20 inches apart from each other, and you would rip on a 45 and then come back and plant on another 45, and that's another type of tillage I'm going to talk about. Now, other farmers know if you get down, let's say like southern Virginia Beach, southern Chesapeake, you're down in like the Dismal Swamp area. It is a very different type of soil down there. It's a very black soil, like you'd find out in the Midwest. It's just crazy how much the soil type changes from here to there. But anyways, some of our best corn, well, it's actually recorded through National Corn Growers Association yield contest. Some of our best corn in the nation is grown down in that Virginia Beach, southern Chesapeake area, just because that soil is just so fertile. They could grow cotton down there, but the problem is with cotton is it's so fertile that they'd have to pick that cotton once a week, and nobody wants to be on the sprayer. I mean, you're already spraying enough, getting nutrients and stuff out during the summertime. You don't need to be going out there putting picks every day of the week, but they're more grain down towards that way. That's what's so great about this area, is we have so many different types of soil types and so many types of agriculture. All right, I went off subject there. All right, so we're talking about tillage. The next type of tillage, which you don't see around here, you're gonna see more like out west, is like your, I call it a mulcher ripper. People call it a disc ripper. It basically, it's got a disc in the front and it's got rippers behind it, and then it has like more discs in the back that kind of finish the soil off. I think watching other YouTube videos of farmers out that way, they typically run that in the fall time, which we could run this in the fall time, but the most advantage I see with this is the way our soil is with strip tillage is I'm down there running that shank up, so basically that top layer of soil is sort of dry, so I'm bringing that moisture up from that from the clay layer, and then that way that goes and brings adequate moisture to our seed trench, because like I've talked about before, the RTK, I sit here and I have to make sure I'm 36 inches on each side, because the planter's going to come in behind me and run the same exact streak. So we try to get consistency across the crop, which if I'm off a little bit, at least we're running 12 rows and 12 rows. It used to be a real challenge when I used to run an 8-row strip till rig and you had 12 rows coming behind you. You had to make sure the thing was dead on. But if you're off a couple inches or so, it's not the end of the world, but we're just trying to get that seed furrow right on top of that ripper streak for adequate roots to go off, for that taproot to sit there and go straight down. The type of tillage that we do is the turbo till, which you see, which is the Turbo Max made by Great Plains that we run. You got Kuhn Krause that makes one, John Deere, Sunflower, I think Landau makes one. We run that turbo till because we go and we spread the rye out and put a cover crop across the crop, and what that is doing is it's basically protecting from erosion. Let's say we get like a heavy downfall of rain, it's basically sitting there and it's holding all that soil down. All those roots are holding that soil down from water runoff, and if it gets dry, from the wind blowing it. But another great thing about cover cropping is you have the options of putting different types of other seed seeds in there, for example, vetch or like an Austrian winter pea or something that's like got that legume style that pulls the nitrogen out of the air and makes its own nitrogen. I know somebody around here we planted some vetch this year, but I know somebody around here, the vetch has done excellent for them, and they're gonna go and plant, they're not even gonna burn it off, they're just gonna go and plant right through it, and supposedly they're not gonna be able to have to side dress nitrogen in the summertime when the corn is at that V4, V5 stage ready for nitrogen. So that's going to be pretty interesting to sit there and have a plant that's going to be supplying nitrogen to the corn plant, because that is one of the biggest key ingredients to cotton, corn, is nitrogen. Soybeans and peanuts are a legume, and they pull that nitrogen out of the air and make their own nitrogen. But you can also add a little bit of supplemental nitrogen to the, like a little bit of urea to a soybean plant to add a little bit of nitrogen, but it's not really, I mean, it's not really cost effective. I've said before, any questions that you have, please leave them in the comment section below. I love talking about farming. So, I mean, I'm gonna, if it's a difficult question, I'll definitely ask somebody else and get back with you, but 9 times out of 10, I feel like I know stuff. I'm not one that's gonna sit there and know everything, but I'm trying my best. I'm not gonna be a know-it-all, because there's always gonna be something new to learn. I love learning. This is my passion right here. It's farming, and it's especially going to trade shows like Commodity Classic in March, or end of February, early March, and Ag Expo, Virginia Ag Expo, that's coming up at the beginning of August. That's definitely, if you're in the area, it's a free show. I'm gonna try and kind of advertise that closer to the time. But if you want to see some really cool agricultural stuff, as far as machinery, different types of agronomy and stuff, you definitely, it's free and open to the public. It's a great show to go check out. But I love going to those types of shows. I go in there, like I said last video, I go in with an open mind. I'm like, who has what? I want to see what they've done, what their data looks like, and you can't just be, if you have something that works, cool, keep that, let it roll. But if you're into trying different things, don't change your whole system up. Do a certain percentage of your acres. That way you can compare and contrast. All right, is my way working, or is this new way working? It's things like that you really, I guess you could call this Tyler's thoughts in the cab. You know what? I should make a podcast. Tractor Thoughts by Tyler. But or call it Triple T. Tyler's Tractor Thoughts. Yeah. I think I might eventually start a podcast. But y'all gotta get those subscribers up. Speaking of subscribers, let's try and get this channel to 1,000 subs. If I get to 1,000 subs, I'm gonna start rolling out some pretty cool stuff. I can't tell you yet, but I'm gonna let y'all know when we get that 1,000. So I think as of this video, I think I'm about 715. I think so. Getting closer and closer. Built this thing from the ground up. So keep it up. All right, spending that good money right now. Fueling. Shut up. Yep, gotta go over there. I got 45 acres over there, and 27 next to that. And then we're gonna do a test plot first of next week, and corn crop is planted. So, rolling. guys, I just thank you for watching. Just watched the sunset, but don't forget, like, subscribe, and share the channel. Let your friends know. I'm trying to get this thing, hit that 1,000 subscriber, I'm trying to say, mile in the road, I guess. But yeah, that'd be great. But anyways, I really appreciate everybody's support, and I will see you in the next one.